welcome to the 145 Rural Podcast, where we are here to strengthen music careers and communities one song at a time. And now, here's your host, Jacob Wing. Yay!
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. Today we're just going to talk about utilizing your time a little bit better and just using and utilizing a technique that has been used by med students that have become doctors and many people over the last 20, 30 years to take what time they have dedicated to a task and to get the most out of it. And to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and building your habits kind of into the system that works for you. So what are we talking about here? The technique we're talking about here is called the Pomodoro technique. And it's kind of a strange name. Pomodoro is Italian for tomato. And the guy that came up with this technique named it this because as he was studying, he was using his clock, his little timer that was shaped like a tomato. And the more he used this, the more he implemented this, the more that he found he was getting success and getting things done. And he shared it with everybody and it really took off. And it's a really great technique that a lot of people use, but I want to share it with musicians because I think it has a great place in our lives to make the most of us getting things done. So what is this technique? The real big gist of it, we're not going to go deep into it. I'm not going to give you graphs, charts, or anything like that. But sometimes when we are working on things, say if we sit down to, practice our instrument, practice a vocal, learn a new song, write a new song, we start out great and we start out with all the right intentions, but we get distracted. Our phones start going off. We start checking social media. Things aren't going super great or we're not hitting that momentum stride we really want to. And we find ways to pull ourselves out of the moment. And this happens a lot with creatives, I find. That's why I think this technique is so powerful when it comes to creatives like ourselves that are trying to create things, try to build things and put them out into the world. It's hard to stay focused when you don't have a taskmaster behind you, when you don't have a boss, you don't have somebody to answer to but yourself. Your music is who you answer to. So this technique, if you sit down and say, here's exactly how I do it, and you stick to it, you will find that you're getting things more done. Say if you're doing practice, you're getting more time out of your practice. You're finding ways to get breaks in there and you're not burning yourself out. You don't get bored with practice. You don't get bored with writing or whatever the task that you have to do is. It doesn't become mundane and boring and stupid and you just walk away. So this technique is really about using your time straight through. So basically you start with 25-minute segments because we know we can keep our attention for 25 minutes, whatever task we might be focused on, without a problem. I don't care who you are. If it means something to you and you really want to get better at it, 25 minutes is never too much to ask. So what you're doing here is you're setting a timer, be it on your phone or an egg timer, something that you can physically hear and it's going to be there and it'll go off within that 25 minutes. You want 25 minutes exactly dedicated to what you're going to do. And the important part about these 25 minutes that you're working on a task is they've got to be distraction free. And you've got to really buy into the idea that if something comes up, if somebody calls you, for instance, you've got to take the time just to say, hey, I'm in the middle of this project here. Here's when my next break is, and I will call you back. Just move it off the side. Find a way to use your time and utilize it and build that into the distraction, put them to that certain time. So you say you put 25 minutes, you're going to be distraction free, that you're going to get this task done. And then every 25 minutes when that alarm goes off, you get 5 minutes to take a break. Now, the important part about this break is that it can't be where you have done your task. So for us, if it's in your bedroom and you're doing 25 minutes of practice on your instrument, then when that timer goes off and you get your 5-minute break, stand up and go out of the room. Go just do a stretch, go get some water. This is a great time for a bathroom break. Or if you, like I said, if you had a distraction, you had to put it off till that 5-minute break, take care of it. Just make a call and say, hey, I'm sorry I didn't have time to dedicate to you and address your needs. What can I do for you now? And then as soon as you're done with that 5-minute break, back into another 25-minute session.
Hi there, and welcome to the ad break. We're just going to take a moment to let everybody know about our community of growing members, and if you'd like to be a part of that, just look at the info below and there will be a click there for an email sign up to join in and get your voice heard. As well, if you're enjoying this content, please join our Patreon at patreon.com/145rural. There you can join any of our groups, and you can add to the discussion of what topics we will choose that will help you and hopefully future members of our groups, as well as join monthly Q&As and other such benefits. Again, that's patreon.com/145rural, and we look forward to seeing you there. Now, back to that regularly scheduled episode, and enjoy that content. Thanks again.
Now, as you're doing this, you want to do this about 4 times exactly. So you do 25 minutes, 5-minute break. 25 minutes, 5-minute break. There's the first hour right there with 10 minutes dedicated to you letting your mind wander, check your social medias, catch up with whatever might have been happening, and then back into your task. Do it again, 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Another 25 minutes, 5-minute break. There's 2 hours. Perfect. This is the perfect time to take a larger extended break. Usually for myself, if I'm doing something like this, this is what I call my lunch break. You know, as a job, or as you see doing work with music, whether it be writing or working with clients or doing edit, whatever it may be, that 20-minute break becomes your lunchtime. For me, it's a great time to go let my dogs go to the bathroom. Again, fill up my water bottle, do those kind of things, catch up with the wife and the texts. That's my routine, but yours can be whatever it needs to be. But with this built-in schedule and using a timer, you'll find that with the breaks, and you take care of the things that normally distract you, but you're dedicating more time to getting tasks done, which winds up being a complete project, a completed song, whatever it may be, it gets done at the end of the day. So it's a fantastic technique. There's lots of resources online if you want to dig deeper into this and learn more about it. But beyond that, there's not much to it. It's just super effective. Now, if you had watched our previous episode about implementation intentions and writing your task, what you're going to do for the day, what your goal is for that day, and you're going to accomplish, where you're going to accomplish, how much time you're going to dedicate to it, if you combine these 2 things, it becomes ultra powerful. You have goals set for the day that you're going to accomplish, and then you have a time frame to get it done. And now with this, you have a means to execute and get it done and get rid of distractions in between. So I will put a link below, and at the end of this episode here, there will be cards if you're watching it, or if you're listening on the podcast, link will be below in the show notes. But that episode combined with this become super powerful tools to accomplishing the goals that you're trying to get done. So these are very, very amazing, useful techniques. So again, we're going to keep this one real short. Just implement that Pomodoro technique of 25 minutes, 5-minute break. Do that 4 times, take a 20-minute break, and then do that successively throughout your day, whatever it takes to get to the task or where you need to get in that day. And like I said, utilizing that with the implementation intention, where you write down what you were going to do for the day, those 2 become super powerful. So please use this technique. It is fantastic. It's wonderful. You will really enjoy it if you actually get a chance to use it. If you have any questions, just contact us, write us in the comments, whatever it does, whatever we can do to help. Of course, check our Patreon. We have lots of tools in there for free. No emails, no money, no nothing. If you want to support us, that's great. But if not, so many tools for you there. There's things to help you with your songwriting. There's tools in there to get you prepped for a studio visit or doing your recordings. There's so much in there. Please utilize it. It's there for you. So it's been wonderful talking to you guys. And we've got some big stuff coming up in the next couple episodes here in the next month or so. And I can't wait to share it with you. So until the next episode, bye.